Hi sir, my name is Shobana K. Ravindran. My team members are Shobna Suresh and Sri Durga. So the first is introduction. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Hi sir, I'm Shobana Sule. So for the introduction, the craft of education doesn't just include a straightforward exchange of information from one to another. All things being equal, a mind-blowing process works with an impact, the most common way of learning. Nature of an instructor is assessed on how much the students cooperate from his or her educating. The homerooms can't be utilized as a learning stage for securing essential instructing abilities. So let's move on to the first lesson plan. Okay, the topic is fresh fruit. The focus, the skill I focused is speaking skills. The language or grammar focused is pronunciation and adjective. Content standard, main skill speaking, express information, ideas, opinion, and feelings, intangible on particular topics. Complementary skill speaking, listen and respond to a situation appropriately for a variety of purposes. Learning standard, main skill speaking, explain based on our own point of view. Complementary skill, listening, able to listen to simple instruction clearly. And learning objective, main skill speaking. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to justify the given debate topic about fruit by providing the main points and including at least 5 out of 8 pronunciation within 10 minutes. Complementary skill, listening. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to practice listening at least 3 out of 5 main ideas extended by teacher within 8 minutes. Identify at least 4 out of 6 main points given by the opposition team about fruit within 5 minutes. Okay. For the pre-lesson, teacher will join the class and teacher will greet students will greet the teacher. The teacher will ask the students what their favorite food and ask them to spell their the particular foods. The students will respond or answer to the teacher's question. So for activity 1, pair work, teacher organize pair work to the classroom. Teacher will give a random picture of a fruit to every pair. The students have to make 2 to 3 sentences and present it orally in front of class. So for the production, 15 minutes. Teacher will give a random picture of a fruit to every student. The student will give, the teacher will give around 5 minutes to the students to describe the food they get. Example, this is apple. It is green in color. It has smooth skin, something like that. And the students will write about the fruit and wait for their turn to present in front of class. For the post lesson, the teacher will separate all the students into groups. The teacher will show one of the volunteer from each group a picture of fruit. The particular student need to describe it to his or her group members. The group members have to guess the fruit which is described by their friend. So here is the reference, and these are the materials.
Hi sir, my name is Sri Durga and my topic for today's lesson is hobby. Focus skill is reading skills. Language or grammar focus is vocabulary and adjectives. Content standards main skill is reading, and students able to read a passage fluently. Learning standard for main skill is reading, and students able to read a paragraph clearly. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify, recognize and name the letters of the alphabet, recognize and sound with some supporting beginning, medial and final sounds in a word, reread a word, phrase or sentence to understand the meaning. For the pre-lesson activity, for the pre-lesson, the teacher joins the class and the students will greet the students will greet the teacher. The teacher will ask the students what their hobby is and ask them to make a sentence about that hobby and read it in front of the class. The students will respond or answer to the teacher's question. For the activity 1, it's pair work. So teacher will divide the students into pair. Teacher will give passage of a student's hobby to every student. The teacher will give around 5 minutes for the students to read the passage they get to their partner. Students should check pronunciation mistakes. Teacher will choose a random pair of students to read the passage in front of the classroom. For the activity 2, it's a group work. The teacher will divide the students into several groups and provide them with 1 copy of text and 20 marks for each group. The student in the group should read a paragraph aloud. If the student has pronunciation issue, other team members should point out the mistake. The team who pronounce wrong word will lose a point. The team who point out the mistake will gain 1 mark. And the last lesson, after the lesson, for the closure, the teacher will recap on the topic hobby. The teacher will ask the students a few questions about the topic they have learned. The students will answer the questions. So these are the passages that the teacher given to the students to read. And that's all. Thank you.
Hi sir, my name is Shobna Karavindran. So the topic that I've chosen is from the C, year 3, and focus skill in this is listening and writing skills. The language and grammar that I've used for this is listening for particular words and phrases, also grammar skills. The content standard are the main listening, listen and respond to a situation appropriately for a variety of purpose. Complementary skill was writing, evaluate and analyze the blank and pictures given. The assessment will be based on listening and writing. Learning domain is analyze and evaluation. The learning standard will be the main skill is listening, able to listen for simple instruction given. The complementary skill is writing, being able to write in the blanks with the instruction. The learning objective for the listening improve their listening skills and student able to find out 8 out of 10 sea animals. Complementary skill was writing, being able to complete 9 out of 10 sea animals name by viewing the picture given. The cross-curricular elements was language. For the SEC induction, there will be 15 minutes. The teacher will enter the classroom and also the students will greet the teacher before the lesson begin. The teacher will play a video which is based on the lesson from the C. The student will watch the video and get to know about the topic of the day. Once they watch, the students will be asked random questions from the teacher. For the practice level, the students will be given a worksheet by the teacher. And then the teacher will play an audio in the classroom to complete the worksheet, which is listening. The students have to listen the audio and fill the blanks in the worksheet given. The students will be given 2 chances to listen to the audio and also complete the worksheet given. Once done, the teacher will discuss the answer together with the students. For the production level, there are 10 minutes given. The teacher will give the students a worksheet which has content with the sea animals pictures. The students have to fill the blanks in given with the correct names of the sea animals by viewing the worksheet. Once the students done filling up the blanks, they have to pass the worksheet to the teacher for marking. For the summary and conclusion, the teacher will make sure the students to remain silent, and also for the end of the class, the teacher will recap about what the students have learned in the classroom. The teacher also will allow the student to ask questions and also clear the doubts. Lastly, the student and teacher will greet each other at the end of the class. The set induction video link is there. The practice audio also in the YouTube and also there are the worksheets and the production worksheet there. That's all from me. I'll pass to Sri Durga.
Micro teaching works as a focus instrument which helps us to practice essential teaching skills safely and effectively at any age. Micro teaching often results in better prepared, more confident teachers with a strong working understanding of the skills they need in the classroom. Micro teaching is just one way that teachers can receive immediate feedback on their teaching skills and style. Through this skills training, prospective educators are expected to be accustomed to teaching. Because even though you have the desire to become a teacher, you're not always able to teach right away. Teaching itself as a technique, there is an art, and there are also tricks that a teacher needs to master. Mastery can be on the go, meaning that over the time teaching activities become easier to master. However, before entering the world of teaching, it is very important to understand the basic techniques of teaching. This can then be obtained from training in micro teaching skills. Micro teaching is a system of controlled practice that makes it possible to focus on specific teaching behaviors and to practice teaching under controlled conditions. Competence in one skill is developed before proceeding to another skill. Many institutions are using the micro teaching model to raise the level of the teachers' competencies to develop teaching skills. Thank you.